The room is silent. The kind of silence that only exists at 3 a.m. when everyone else has gone home, and you are the only one left. Your hands are trembling, not because you are cold, because you just did the math again, and the number keeps coming out the same. $35 million. That is what is left, after everything. After 6 years, after 3 explosions, after mortgaging the house, after telling your team again and again, we are close. Trust me, we are close. $35 million and 2 companies that need it tonight.
8 years ago, you sold PayPal. $180 million hit your account overnight, and you sat there, staring at the number on the screen. Most people would have bought an island, maybe a yacht, a life of doing absolutely nothing. But you had this thought that would not leave you alone. What if humanity never reaches another planet? What if we are stuck here forever? So you did what no rational person would do. You split the money in half. $90 million into SpaceX, a rocket company you built from scratch. $90 million into Tesla, an electric car no one asked for. Your friends held an intervention, actual intervention. They sat you down and said, "Elon, pick one. You cannot do both." You smiled, you nodded, you walked out and kept going. First launch, the rocket lifts off, and then nothing. A fireball on the launch pad. $90 million gone in 4 minutes and 2 seconds. You stand there, watching the smoke. The engineers are quiet. Someone is crying. You tell them, "We go again." Second launch, 2007. It gets higher this time. For a moment, just a moment, you let yourself feel hope. Then it spins out of control and falls. Third launch, 2008. Same result. 3 rockets, 3 failures. And the news is running a story called, "Is Elon Musk delusional?"
You pick up the phone. You put it down. You pick it up again. Tesla just called. They need $20 million. Not next month, not next week, now. The 2008 financial crisis just swallowed the economy whole. Banks are not lending, investors are not investing, and nobody is buying a $100,000 electric car right now. Your CFO looks at you and says what you already know. If we do not get $20 million in the next 3 weeks, Tesla is done. You look at the number again. $35 million. SpaceX needs money for one final launch. Tesla needs money to survive. You cannot fund both. You call your ex-wife. She does not pick up. You call your brother. He wires what he can. You call investors you have not spoken to in years. Some of them laugh. One of them, someone you trusted for a decade, says quietly, "Elon, it is over. Walk away while you still can." And something strange happens. For the first time in 6 years, you actually consider it. You think about what walking away means. No more 3 a.m. nights, no more engineers looking at you like you have all the answers, no more pretending you are not terrified. And then you remember why you started. Not for the money, not for the fame, because you genuinely believed that if not you, then who?
The 4th Falcon 1 sits on the launch pad. This is it. Not this is it like a movie trailer. This is literally it. If this rocket fails, SpaceX is finished. If Tesla does not get funded in 3 weeks, Tesla is finished. And you, personally, will have nothing left. An engineer walks up beside you, does not say anything, just stands there. The countdown starts. 10, 9, 8. Your jaw is tight, your hands are still. You do not pray, you do not close your eyes. You just watch. 3, 2, 1. No explosion. 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. Someone behind you starts crying. Not from sadness. You do not cry. You do not scream. You just exhale, like you have been holding that breath for 6 years. 6 weeks later, NASA calls. $1.6 billion contract. SpaceX is their official launch partner. 3 weeks after that, Tesla closes a funding round. $40 million signed. 3 days before the company would have legally ceased to exist. Now step back. Step out of that office, out of that body, because here's what psychology actually says about what just happened. The most dangerous moment in any pursuit is not the beginning. It is the moment right before the breakthrough. Researchers call it the dip, that specific point where the pain is maximum, the reward is invisible, and every rational signal says stop. Most people stop there, not because they're weak, because stopping feels like the smart choice. Elon did not stop, not because he knew the rocket would work. He stopped stopping. And there's a second lesson buried in this story, one nobody talks about. Elon was terrified. He borrowed money. He mortgaged his house. We just don't see that version of him. We see the version that worked. Survivorship bias makes us think successful people are built differently. They're not. They just made one different choice. They launched one more time. You are not Elon Musk. You do not have rockets. You do not have billions. But you have something he had in that room at 3 a.m. A choice. Quit or go again. If you felt something watching this, subscribe, because next week we go inside the mind of someone who lost everything twice and built it back from zero.